Hey everyone, as you could see in my last video, Zhenweiqi did quite an update and redesign on their 100s Baize blaster. Now, time to review this version 2.5. I'm that old nerve guy, welcome to TAG. Behold the ZWQ 100s Baize blaster version 2.5. This thing is serious. I mean, this is a crazy heavy blaster. That means you got quality and you feel it when you have it in your hand. This shell is super thick, but let's present this blaster first. This S100s Baize blaster is an ambidextrous pull prime sniper class primary with a huge plunger volume. This thing is humongous, and the travel on this blaster is pretty crazy. Everything is super smooth because apart from this shell, you basically have only that in plastic. For the rest, this is all internal CNC metal. This blaster is quite amazing and it's quite easy to deprime for safe storage. Where everything can be all beautiful, this blaster doesn't take Talon magazine. It only takes its own magazine. But the way this thing is designed, I am pretty sure ZWQ could easily made an injection molded adapter that could fit this mag well to accept Talon magazine, because with Talon magazine this thing would almost be perfect. Because if I remove this little fact, for the rest, all CNC internal, large volume. I mean, there's not even silicone padding in there to protect everything. This is thick black polyurethane padding everywhere on the plunger, on the pusher, and on the plunger head. You got a damper spring, a thick damper spring to prevent anything from breaking and to prevent impact into those two metal parts. This is a well-made blaster. But those facts alone are not the reason this is a great hobby-grade blaster. ZWQ corrected the design and added a quick spring access in the rear. Just hidden under the stock, there is a small door. You just twist it, remove it. You can just easily swap the spring without dismantling the blaster. This is awesome. Now, you don't have to dismantle this whole shell to remove the muzzle. You just need to pull on it, and this thing come right away. Then you have the barrel, which is easily accessible, and since this blaster got a threaded dart gate, yes, it got a threaded dart gate, I could just, let's say, unscrew the barrel. And now with this barrel removed, let's say I want a shorter profile on this blaster. Because the good thing with this blaster is the thread of this barrel, because this is a worker barrel for the Harrier. This is a 31 centimeter barrel, the shorter one that comes with every Harrier. You can just put it in there, insert it in, and this thing will screw right on the dart gate because they have the same thread pitch. This kind of compensates for the fact that this blaster is not compatible with Talon. I mean, it's compatible with the worker barrel, giving you a lot of tuning options right out of the box. The fact that this blaster is compatible with the worker Harrier barrel is phenomenal. I mean, you got already a lot of options on the market readily available that you can grab and put into your blaster. I mean, this is the shorter barrel. I know it's not going to be optimal for this volume, but for a shorter profile that got nothing in front, this is pretty amazing. I mean, you could just tune it, or you could take the 550mm and put it there to have a real long super sniper. This blaster is really cool. So a good quick barrel swap, a good spring swap at the rear, high quality internals, and a big surprise, an ambidextrous mag release. I did not expect that thing in there, but it can be done from this hand. And now they changed this part for a mechanical piece, and all this mag release is metal, meaning you can just remove it from both hands. This is quite impressive for this blaster. And to add to the weight, all the Picatinny rail are CNC metal on this one. This is a pretty high grade blaster as it is. Hopefully it's gonna do above, let's say, what, 180, because my original one was doing about 175, 180. So I don't expect anything under that. It got pretty much the same size of barrel and the same volume for the plunger tube. So let's go to the chronograph, test that thing out with both the included dart, which are Thunderstruck bamboo dart. Kind of weird. Not sure I like them. I prefer my ghost dart, so we're gonna check ghost dart with it. Let's go on the chronograph. Chronograph test for this Baize blaster. I'm gonna start by shooting the included bamboo Thunderstruck, 6 of them, and then we're gonna shoot 6 ghost dart out of this thing, so we have a good average. Those shoot soft. My blaster was shooting harder than that, as I remember. Okay, with the included dart, we have a minimum of 168, a maximum of 177, and an average of 174. What interests me is the average with the ghost dart. Let me load them in. That's the number I want to see. That's good. That's amazing. So that's the average I was looking for. Minimum 183, maximum 191 with an average of 188. Much closer to 190. This blaster is a true monster. Those performances were within my expectation. I was a little disappointed with the Thunderstruck bamboo because kind of be a little bit lower than even my V1 model, but as soon as I put ghost dart in it, which normally shoots softer than my other dart, into blaster, this thing was a breeze. I'm not gonna shoot that thing indoor, it's gonna be pointless. This thing is dead accurate. It's shooting laser beam even without a scar on it, so I can't wait to put one and to test it out in an event, in a big outdoor event. Yeah, apart from the fact that this thing doesn't accept Talon magazine, I would have to say there's another little down point on this thing. This being a ZWQ blaster, it means there is different version out there. There is a version with plastic internal, a version with half metal internal, and the other version which seemed to be this whole decked out version. And that price range is quite high. I mean, it's about $200 Canadian for the basic version and up to $325 Canadian for this decked out version. This is quite a bit expensive, but my God, when you have it in your hand, this is a very high quality blaster. One of the easiest kit I had to put together. The fact alone that you have a quick barrel swap that you can screw in easily at the end when the blaster is built, and a rear access for the spring that you can just put the spring at the end of your build completely, that helps with this blaster a lot. It was kind of finicky on the V1. On the V2.5, this is a charm. This blaster almost put itself together, and it's sturdy. I mean, those rails are not just there cosmetically. Those rails hold the shell closed. That means it's gonna hold. It's not gonna crack. Plus this priming handle, which you could install the way you want depending if you're a left-handed person or a right-handed person. This blaster got a lot of good points, but a little high of a price tag, and you would have to invest in that ecosystem because a 3D printed adapter for this thing is kind of finicky and kind of thin to go inside. In the end, this S100s Baize blaster from Zhenweiqi is pretty much a breeze. This is an expensive but amazing blaster. Yeah, I think that's it for this small video. In the meantime, you can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at @ThatOldNerfGuy. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit that bell to notify for my latest video. This was Dave Fatag. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.